This is my story. I am a girl who was born as a product of prostitution. I opened my eyes, finding myself moving from family to family, house to house, and hand to hand. By the time I turned 20 years old, I had lived with 20 different families. None of them were relatives. Each one of those families had their own routine of life, their own habits, traditions, and culture. I had to find a way to fit in with each. If they were conservative, I had to be conservative too. If they were open-minded, I had to take on their perspective of life as well. It meant I had to reconstruct myself before taking even my first step into any new house. At the beginning, this was difficult, but over time it did not matter to me as much as finding good treatment. Unfortunately, most of these families had one rule in common: nothing for free. You should be a babysitter, a housekeeper, a cook. Some families hit me or kicked me out if I did not do all that was expected of me. Others I ran away from to protect myself from being raped or abused. I went without food a lot, and many nights I slept on the roofs of neighbors' houses. In the winter, it was very cold. And for a period of time, I was put into an orphanage. Living without a parent, without food, without clothes, without money was okay with me. The only thing I could not live without was a home. In my short life, I have experienced many horrible atrocities, some of them unimaginable. But not having a place where you can be protected from the wolves, that is the worst experience of all. When I was a kid, I had a lot of dreams, but with time, the only dream I had was finding a place where I could feel safe, a place where I could belong to somebody. When people know that you don't have someone to protect you, you become a vulnerable sheep to the wolves. All of my life, I've been hunting, not for treasure, but for family. Sadly, most of the families that I lived with were never satisfied. I never felt that they loved me. They took advantage of me and then boasted to their friends and neighbors about all the good that they were doing. But then something changed. I was introduced to women who seemed to genuinely care about my well-being, about my health, my education, my emotions, and even about my dreams. They shared something with me that I had never understood before. My life holds immeasurable value because of the God who created me. These women gave me a home. I could stop worrying about where I would stay or how I would eat, and for the first time I could focus on my future. Even so, I kept waiting for the conditions that they would put on me. How was I ever going to repay them? How would I ever be able to repay them? What I've learned over time is that these moms genuinely loved me without condition. As I looked around at this community and saw how Christians give without thought of return, it made me want to know Jesus myself. I still have a lot to learn and far to grow, but now I'm doing that learning and growing in a community that teaches me what God's Word says about me and about Him. We all know that the two people who want the best for you are your mom and your dad. I did not have those, but now I have many. Thank you to Rehema House for making me feel safe. Thank you for letting me know the real meaning of family.